Live, direct, in effect. It's the best. Overall skill set breakdown artist in the game. I gotta talk my talk. This time around, we got Devin Haney. We gonna break down Devin Haney, the dream. The most hated right now in boxing. November 22nd, Riyadh season. Shout out to the Saudis. Putting up all that money in the sport of boxing to make boxing great again. Turkey Al-Sheikh. Much respect. We got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. East Atlanta's own Brian Norman Jr. If y'all want a video breakdown on him or this particular fight matchup, just let me know. In the comments section, let me know. But we go break down the individual skill set of Devin the Dream Haney, in which I have him rated high. He's the most hated, but I have him rated very high. See, when you approach this whole skill set evaluation thing, if you're evaluating anything that's data related in this life, you can't lead with emotions, only rationale. We can only go off of the data. We can only go off of the film. We can only go off of the facts. And that's what I'm going off of. That's what I've always gone off of. Been following me this long. Y'all know how this thing go. We got 4 skill pillars: boxing form, physical capabilities, intangibles, and strategy execution. In which I got Devin Haney, his boxing form rated at a 92.5%. That's an A- borderline A. His boxing form. With no further ado, the first skill component of his boxing form is boxing stance, in which I rate a 95% solid A. I've been watching Devin Haney since he turned pro, a professional, turned pro in Mexico. And even then, we could see the hype from training at Floyd Mayweather's gym, training with Floyd Sr., looking good on the mitts, glorified sparring sessions with Shakur Stevenson, Javante Tank Davis, Richardson Hitchens. Let's keep it real. Devin Haney has seen a little bit of everybody that has a name in this sport. He's fought a little bit of everybody. Controversial, split decision win over Vasyl Lomachenko, who's now retired. His resume speaks for itself. Undisputed at the lightweight division. Captured a WBC title at the 140-pound division. And now he's campaigning at welterweight, the legendary, historic welterweight division, 147 pounds, in which November 22nd he will be fighting East Atlanta's own Brian Norman Jr. Yeah. All that said, I probably didn't introduce him the right way, but all that said, I give his boxing stance to 95%. I mean, it's not too much to break down. If you're listening to this, you're probably thinking like, all right, so what's the details behind his boxing stance? Just look at the film. Just look at the film and see he's not getting his feet tangled up when he knows how to walk in the ring. That's all it is. He knows how to walk in the ring. He's an orthodox stance fighter. It's not a switch hitter, in which in my book, they don't even give you any points for real. I mean, it's cute. It look good if you could switch, that if you could fight both ways. But if you're not efficient both ways, what does it matter? It's just for show, if you ask me. And that's no knock to Jerron Boots Ennis. He's efficient from both the southpaw and orthodox stance. The same for Terrence Bud Crawford. But outside of those two, I don't fancy the whole switch hitting thing. If a person is just switching without rhyme or reason. But anyway, Devin Haney, boxing stance, 95%. We'll move on to the next skill component. Proper footwork, in which I rated at a 97%. He can move around the ring. A lot of Devin Haney detractors, they say, oh, he's a runner. He's a runner. He don't stand and fight. He's a runner. He's a runner. I mean, how can you run and we in a ring, you know, four corners, ropes, how are we running? You know what I mean? The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. So if I'm throwing punches and you're not able to cut off the ring and deliver punishment, that says a lot about, you know, your strategy lacking in the footwork, the proper footwork department. So we not go hate on Devin Haney and just call the man a runner. Not over here. Not over here on the Strategy Merchants channel. Nah. He got some of the best feet in the game. I give him an A+. Proper footwork department. We'll move on to the next skill component. Hand positioning for defense and offensive attacks, which I give Devin Haney a solid B. A solid B. 86%. A solid B. And I would critique. I mean, it's still good. Like, a B is good. And make no mistake about it. This scoring metric system that I have, I'm ranking from least to greatest of all time. This is in comparison to all fighters, not just of this generation, but of all generations that we have film on, that we have some type of documentation, journalism on, that we could use as a barometer. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, Devin Haney's hand positioning, it's good. It's above average, not slightly above average. That would be like a B-. This is, because we do understand that average is C. Average is anywhere from 73 to 77. That's average. If we just using, you know, rather regular arithmetic rather than emotion. You know what I mean? So yeah, I give him a solid B. And my explanation for this grade is, my critique really is the shoulder roll, the Midwest shoulder roll that he has adopted over the years, and honestly, he gets hit in this guard. You know what I mean? We know it as the Philly shell, the Mayweather defense, whatever you want to call it. But the shoulder roll, he gets hit. He gets hit with right hands against the orthodox guy. This defense could be penetrated. You know, as we seen in the Ryan Garcia fight, which, you know, got overturned to a no contest. But the hooks was landing. Those left hooks was landing, man, viciously. And that goes to his hand position. It's not against regular guys. Against regular guys, yeah, he can get away with it, but the more elite level boxers, it could be exploited. So we'll see if he make these adjustments November 22nd, but yeah, hand positioning, 86%. We move on to the next skill component, which is proper punch form, in which I rated Devin Haney at a 92%, a solid A-. For he has a crazy jab, great snap on his jab, a good whipping jab. He has a good right hand. You know what I mean? His straight punches, phenomenal. Devin Haney has some of the best straight punches in the sport of boxing right now. So why isn't his proper punch form an A+? Because it's more than straight punches. It's 6 punches that you could throw total. You know, we got hooks, we got uppercuts, we got jabs and straights. And I think Devin Haney has mastered the straight punching game, but his hooks and uppercuts, which is decent as well. Like, this isn't a knock. I'm not saying that it's trash or anything like that. If I'm grading him against every boxer that I've seen, every boxer in history, I give it a solid 92%, A-. I stated my case pretty well on that. This ain't no hate, it's just raw fact. You know what I mean? We'll move on to the next skill pillar, which is physical capabilities, in which I have Devin Haney rated overall in this department at a 91.83%. His physical capabilities, in which we got 6 skill components. The first one being stamina, in which I have rated at a whopping A+, 99% for Devin the Dream Haney. We've seen this guy go 12 rounds plenty times. Soon as he reached the championship level, whether it's fighting for an interim title eliminator, or the title shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've seen him go 12 rounds and not get tired and be able to fight the same way from round 1 all the way up to round 12. And to educate the casual viewer on this, if you could utilize breath control in a ring, how great of an advantage do you have? Just off that alone, like, if your physical capabilities is above average in this game, in boxing, you'll get by. You'll get by a lot of guys. You know what I mean? But we know that it's levels. But for Devin the Dream, I give him 99%. The man went 12 rounds with Lomachenko and ain't show no chink in his armor. It was a close fight, very debatable. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to look at this man's skill set and evaluate it. 99% on stamina for Devin the Dream Haney. The next skill component is endurance. Endurance and stamina goes hand in hand, but endurance deals more with not being able to last 12 rounds and keep your lung capacity up. But it's more so of being able to deal with the adversity. You know what I mean? The physical demands that's put on you when that pressure ramps up in the fight. And I believe Devin Haney has shown that he can ramp up the intensity. He can match the intensity or supersede the intensity of his opponent. Pressure, no pressure, it don't matter. He has endurance. You can't push Devin Haney out of his comfort zone. He's going to be in the fight. And if we look at the Ryan Garcia fight, he got knocked down how many times? But he got up. That's endurance. To get knocked on your back and to get up, to beat the count, and to get up and finish the fight. Come on, man. That's endurance, man. 99% A+ for Devin Haney. He's proven in that regard. I'm going to give him his props. We ain't hating over here. Next skill component we have is overall strength. in which I'm wearing this across all weight classes too. If you've been rocking with me, y'all know this. But it's a lot of new viewers too. So for the new viewers, this skill metric system, it's across all weight classes. It's across all generations. So a guy that's just moving up the welterweight from super lightweight, you think he can match a heavyweight? You think he can match an Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk in the strength department, the overall strength department, or even a super middleweight like a Canelo Alvarez? I mean, he could if he can get his body weight up and enter the ring at those weights. But honestly, I see overall strength for Devin Haney at an 81%, a solid B-. And that's no knock. I don't mean that he weak. We're talking the sport of boxing. That's above average. It's slightly above average. I give Devin Haney the edge over the average boxer. In the average boxer, we're talking tens of thousands of boxers in the world, worldwide, tens of thousands. He's slightly above average, all of those guys in the overall strength department. We've seen that. Guys in his weight class don't push him around. And I've heard for years that Devin Haney is a weight bully. Oh, he's a weight bully. Listen, if you can make the weight, miss me with the weight bully talk. If you can make the weight and fight the fight, what are we talking about? Like I said, there's no emotions over here. It's just all fact. It's all fact. 81% overall strength for Devin the Dream Haney. Moving on to the next skill component, we got punching power, in which I rated Devin the Dream Haney solid 82%, B-. You hear people say, well, he's pillow fisted. He can't punch. He got pillow fist. If the man got pillow fist, why isn't anyone walking through his punches? In a pro boxing game, power is the ultimate equalizer. Power determines who's gonna, have the edge in the fight. Whether it's Jorge Linares, Jojo Diaz, Vasil Lomachenko, Rougarou, you heard? Rougarou, Regis Prograis, and many others that Devin Haney his face. We could even throw Jose Ramirez up in there. Definitely George Kambosos, in which he defeated twice. And if we highlight the George Kambosos fight, we see for the first time George Kambosos just be embarrassed. You know what I mean? You can see his pride leave. The man was riding high with a lot of confidence. George Kambosos was coming off of a controversial win in which he knocked down T.O. Coming off of a controversial win over Teofimo Lopez, who held 3 titles at the lightweight division. George Kambosos took those titles. And Devin Haney outboxed the man who beat the man. He outboxed him. And the man who beat the man didn't walk through Devin Haney's punches. Nobody stepped in that ring and walked through Devin Haney punches. Nobody. I'm yet to see it. You understand? But me giving him an 82% in the punching power department, it's not to say that he's weak or anything like that. He can't. The kick, he can punch. The man can punch. But it's levels. It's levels to punching power. I mean, you got a Deontay Wilder in which he'll be 100%. You have a Deontay Wilder that can put your lights out at any given point of the fight. You got someone like a Mike Tyson if we going back in history. Punching power is for real. If you compare Devin Haney to these individuals, there is a comparison, but it's a great marginal difference. I'm the data scientist of this thing. You know what I mean? I'm the data scientist of this thing, so I'm gonna break it down in quantitative forms. Put some number behind it. Devin Haney, 82%, solid B- in the punching power department. We'll move on to the next skill component, hand speed. I give Devin a dream. 93% in the hand speed department. He's fast. Fast hands. The hands aren't as fast as a Gary Russell, a Mr. Gary Russell, in which you can debate that he's easily at 99%. Hands not quite as fast as a Sugar Ray Leonard, a prime Sugar Ray Leonard. Like I said, we measuring the skill metric across all weight classes, all generations. No bars hold. 93% in the hand speed department for Mr. Devin the Dream Haney. We'll move on to the next and last skill component of the skill pillar, physical capabilities, foot speed, in which I rate Devin the Dream Haney at a 97%, solid 8+ in the foot speed department. Like I said about the proper footwork, it low-key goes hand to hand with the foot speed. And we can just look at the guy skip rope. A lot of times when you see boxers who skip rope at a high level, at an unbelievable level, unbelievable speed, things like that, the foot speed looks good in the ring. It translates. They ain't just skipping rope for no reason. They light on their feet. They can get off fast combinations and stuff like that. Because the casual viewer should know your punches come faster on the balls of your feet. The jump rope, skipping rope helps with that. In the foot speed department, yeah, Devin Haney, I believe he got that. And it ain't just because of skipping rope. The guy does a lot with his strength and conditioning, as we can see in his training montage videos and things of that nature. So I think it's due justice to rate him at 97% in the foot speed department. We'll move on to the next skill pillar, which is intangibles. And I have Devin the Dream Haney rated at a 90.25%. Solid A- overall in the intangibles department, which is made up of 4 skill components. The first one being head movement. And I got Devin the Dream Haney rated at 91% in the head movement department. He can evade punches. The kid, he's been trained under Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather Sr., Ben Davison, Zab Judah, Yoel Judah, which is Zab Judah's father / trainer, and so many more names that Devin Haney has had help him. So many more names. So many more trainers, man. He has a deep vault of knowledge when it comes to this thing. But just speaking in the department of head movement, which is you're using your waist to essentially move your head to evade punches, to slip, to pull back, to lean forward, to set up other shots. And I believe Devin Haney, he has a great understanding in which, he's in that elite category. Make no mistake about it. And anything above, let's say 88% is elite. It's elite. It's the best that you will see. And Devin Haney has some of the best head movement that you will see in this generation. For sure. We move on to the next skill component, which is anticipation / effective blocking ability, in which I rate Devin the Dream Haney at a 90% solid A-. Anticipation effective blocking ability is 90%. Oh, he was getting hit. He get hit. All of this. Don't speak with emotion. Just use your brain. Use your brain. It's a fight, people. Boxing is a fight. In a fight, especially, if we fight more than 10 minutes, somebody go get hit. I don't care how good your defense is. Somebody go get nicked to graves. You feel what I'm saying? Devin Haney has how many fights overall in his career? Over 30. He has over 30 fights in his career. You can't tell me that he hasn't shown us on film that he has elite anticipation and elite effective blocking ability. Oh, but Lomachenko was that's Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a generational talent. It's levels, which is why I respect Devin Haney, because he don't mind mixing it up with the best of the best. Dude want all the smoke. And for the record, he's fighting a dangerous boxer in Brian Norman Jr. next month. Come on, people. Let's be for real. 90% for anticipation, effective blocking ability, solid A-. We'll move on to the next skill component, which is effective combination punches, in which I rate at an 89% solid B+ for Devin Haney. As I stated earlier, pertaining to his proper punch form, his effective combination punches is good, but he's limited to 3-punch maximum output. The 1, 2, 3, everything behind the 1, 2. Everything behind the 1, 2. He might double up on the jab and throw a 2, or double up on the jab and throw a 3. And this is effective combination punching. He's so effective with the 1, 2. That's elite. We can't disregard that. But I have to just keep it in perspective and give him a B+, 89%, because he's not really creative when it comes to incorporating other punches and not leading with the 1, 2. He's a student of the game, though, so everything comes behind that jab, which I'm not mad at. I ain't mad at that at all. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be. But at the higher level, you got to mix in different looks. At the higher level of any sport, unpredictability is going to win you the match 100% of the time. The more unpredictable you are, the more surprising and tricky you are, you're going to win that matchup. Or you're giving yourself a good possibility to win the matchup. But all in all, 89% is no knock. That's no shade or nothing like that. Because like I said, we know that 73% to 77% is average. 89%, that's an elite category. That's way above average. Moving on. The last skill component of the skill pillar, intangibles, is counter punching ability. I rated Devin the Dream Haney at a 91%. 91% counter punching ability. This goes hand in hand with anticipation, effective blocking, and Devin Haney, he could pick you off all day. Anticipate for you to throw your punch or throw your stuff, and he's gonna shoot the one right back to you, or he go shoot a two. Devin Haney likes the pot shot. He'll throw a single punch, he go get out the way. But still, those are points. It's scored. It will win you the round. You win enough rounds, you win the fight. You win the fight. And his counter-punching ability is pretty elite in my eyes. Devin Haney not trash, people. That's what inspired me to do this video, because I feel like a lot of people, they misconstrue emotion with logic. Because we upset that, people are upset that he sued Ryan Garcia and he does this, his personal life is this, and I don't care about none of that. I look at what goes on in the ring. Personal life got nothing to do with me. It's a grown man. He got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? None of my business. I don't even want to know that business. But yeah, 91%, 91% counterpunching ability department. We'll move on to the last skill pillar, which is strategy execution, which I rated overall 87.33% for Devin the Dream Haney. And I'm gonna throw this out there. Strategy execution overall, that's it's way above average, and that's a solid B+. It's 3 skill components in the strategy execution skill pillar. We'll get to those in a minute, but I'll say this. The fact that Bill Haney is his head trainer, his father, that really doesn't have a boxing background on record that we know of. He told Floyd Mayweather that he was undefeated in the streets. That went viral, but that's what we know about Devin Haney. Not Devin Haney, but Bill Haney, his father. He ran with BMF at a time. All of that stuff. Stuff that has nothing to do with the sport of boxing. We know Bill Haney from that. What brings me to strategy execution is the fact that his father does not have an extensive boxing background on record that we know of. So if you have a trainer in your corner that hasn't been in that ring, we have successful trainers who never box and train champions. But let's keep it real. A lot of these, outside of Virgil Hunter, a lot of these trainers, they had got these guys by the time they had already been to the Olympics and stuff like that. If you go be a successful trainer in this game to give some, proper strategy instructions and things like that to win championship fights, you got to have experience at that level. You know what I'm saying? Bill Haney, he got the experience through his son, for sure. Of course, like they done been through it. Like they done seen it. But I just feel like it's kind of a ceiling that's been hit as far as having that high level mind, like a Bozy Ennis, Roberto Garcia, Freddie Roach. You know what I mean? Devin Haney would need an extravagant mind in his corner to be able to give him live feed information as the fight is going on, to help him edge rounds against whoever at the championship level. But anyway, first skill component of strategy execution, pace dictation, in which I rated 88%, solid B+, pace dictation. Devin Haney, if you leave it up to him, the pace that he wants to fight at is the 1-2 move around pace. 1-2 move around pace. I'm going to throw the 1-2 and I'm going to just move around. If he can win a fight like that, he will. And we've seen that, plenty times, whether it's Jose Ramirez or the Yuriorkis Gamboa fight, the Jorge Linares, he got careless and tried to bang it out. He was winning at first with that pace, but he tried to switch it up and bang inside, and low-key paid the price for that. But, you know, Devin Haney's pace dictation isn't anything that's, it's not a pressure fighter. So he can't really dictate the pace of a fight. I feel like a effective pressure fighter could push him and make him uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna just leave it right there. We'll move on to the next skill component, which is awareness of opponent's strategy, which I rated at an 88%, solid B+. And this deals with this is elite category. Make no mistake about it. This is elite. It's good. It's good company, 88%. But at the same time, I feel like the trainer could definitely help with the awareness of opponents' strategy. You know, we see guys like a Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather. These are generational talents. And, of course, they could be on autopilot and do their thing and make adjustments in the fight just based off of what they see, and not even need their trainer to give them any upside information. But we've seen Devin Haney in controversial fights. We've seen him push, you know what I mean, and look like leave doubt in the viewer's mind that he lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that a couple of times with him, in which that doesn't, you know, too much influence me seeing his awareness of opponent's strategy is weak or anything like that. But it's elite. But against guys who are also elite, come on, man. We'll move on to the next skill component, which is opponent weakness exploitation, rated at an 86%, a solid B. Devin Haney, man, he's good with the 1-2. He's elite at what he does. You know what I mean? In the areas that he can have improvement on, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he's a terrible fighter or anything like that. But if Devin Haney can win a fight behind the 1-2 and moving around, he will. That doesn't have much to do with exposing or exploiting his opponent's weakness. If he can get off what his bread and butter is, he all right. He just want to win. And I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at it at all. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, though. That's what it is. 86% opponent weakness exploitation for Devin the Dream Haney. And with all four skill pillars, the boxing form being at 92.5%, physical capabilities at 91.83%, intangibles being at 90.25%, and strategy execution being at 87.33%. We do the math on that, we get an overall rating of 90.47% for Devin the Dream Haney. Look at that. He's an elite boxer. He's elite. Everybody can't beat 99. The only person that could beat 99 probably is a Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson, maybe a Sugar Ray Leonard. But let's keep it clear. Everybody can't be a perfect fighter. Devin the Dream Haney, 90.47%, solid A- overall. That is great. That's not trash or anything like that. It's not weak. None of that. Broke it all down. Broke them all the way down. Give that man some respect. If y'all enjoy the content, like, share, subscribe. It's the Strategy Merchant. Live, direct, in effect. Holla back at y'all.